Coming in hot from Arizona, this is Trevor
and Troy Howard.
And you're on So Tell Us Time. You can have everything you want in your business. Sometimes you just need a little help.
Every business owner would love to charge more for their services, but sometimes you can sacrifice long-term loyalty for a short-term profit.
Creating the right rituals is key to your business having success.
Are you tired of competing with your competitors? Guess what? You don't have to compete if you create.
Good morning, everybody. Tuesday morning, beautiful morning. Thanksgiving is over. What a wonderful time of the year. Got Thanksgiving, getting together with family like we talked about. Hopefully that's a good thing for you. Hope all your turkeys were juicy and hopefully you didn't get sick. One thing that is definitely spreading around here is people. I came back to the office today and I can't tell you how many people said they were sick over the holiday.
Yeah.
Over Thanksgiving. That's crazy. That sucks. So hopefully you guys aren't doing that. And then we've got Christmas coming up here soon and then the new year.
Yeah.
Exciting. Guys. New Year. Think about that. Oh my gosh. The year is already over. 2022 is over. We're heading into 2023. So these next few podcasts are going to be important.
Yes.
Because we're going to do a multi-part podcast, multi-series podcast for you guys, where each week for the next few weeks, we're going to be talking about the same thing, but in pieces to help you guys really nail this because it's going to help you in starting 2023 off with a bang. So one of my favorite sayings or phrases is facts tell and stories sell. I love that. Facts tell, stories sell. I've got a lot of thoughts on that, but I'm not going to give away everything now. So I'll just start with that. But what we're going to do is we're going to give you guys the first part of this. And then over the next coming weeks, we're going to show you how to implement these things and have it all ready for 2023 to launch. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say. Otherwise, I'm going to give away all the beans. I'm going to give away all the beans. The magic beans are going to come out and we're going to lose them all. So go ahead, Troy. Let's do this.
So over the weekend, I saw this quote and I thought it was really cool. So I thought I'd put it in here. It's a Native American proverb, I guess, not a quote, a proverb. And it says, tell me the facts and I'll learn. Tell me the truth and I'll believe. But tell me a story and it will live in my heart forever.
Yeah.
And I love that because it goes right along with our facts tell, stories sell.
Yeah.
You know, if you think about it, think about the, when your teachers would teach you facts, it's like, memorize all these facts.
Numbers.
How hard was it to memorize those things? But when you heard a story, right, you would remember that, oh my gosh, I got to tell this story to someone else. And years later, you can still remember that story and share that story, right?
That's right. Well, let me throw one in, right? So Troy and I are public speakers, right? And we even do talks and firesides within our church, as well as for business and everything. And one of the greatest things that Ron actually told me, and I don't believe he invented this. I'm sure it's someone else invented this saying, but in fact, I know someone else did. But Ron told it to me, and it really impacted me. He said, "They will never remember what you said or what you did, but they will remember the way you made them feel." And that goes along with the proverb you just talked about, where you tell them something, they're not going to remember what you tell them.
Yeah.
They're not going to remember what you did, right? But they will remember how you made them feel, which is the story. Stories make people feel something and relate. Right?
Exactly. No, that's exactly it. So, I did some research because I do like facts. Mm-hmm. I like numbers.
Sure, numbers.
And so I looked at different studies, and the London Business School, they did a study, and they showed that storytelling actually increases retention by 65 to 70%.
Totally.
So they were, and the point of it was they were looking at students that you give them a lecture with a PowerPoint, and they would see how much they retained from it, and then they would tell a story with information in it, and they would see how much they retained from that story. And it was 60 to 75% more when it was in a story format.
And very simply, think of the old jingles in commercials.
Oh yeah,
a song, right? It's still a song, but a song is kind of a story, right? The singer is telling a story, and so we can all probably think, as soon as I said an old commercial jingle, I bet one popped into your mind. And you might not remember it 100% perfectly, but you got the tune, you got the gist of what it was saying, because that's why they did it.
Exactly. And that was the other thing, like Trevor said, we remember what we feel. So they actually had some scientists and they did a study where they looked at, the brain, and they saw that different parts of the brain are actually activated when strong emotions are associated with a memory or a story. So that's one of the reasons why we remember stories longer, is because they give us an emotion that we feel. And because of that emotion, our brain makes these extra connections, which makes us remember it for longer. So that's kind of the science behind it. But we all know the truth behind it, which is just we remember stories.
Yeah, it's more fun. It's more exciting. It's memorable. It creates a vision in our minds of what it is that is being told to us.
Yeah.
Right?
So what we're going to do is I'm going to tell you kind of a story right now of how we found this in our business and what it did for our business. And then we'll kind of go from there. So when we really kind of figured this out was back in like 2009. And what we had done is, we were a small company then, and we had hired our first developer, and we were developing our own software for the first time.
So exciting.
And we were, so exciting. We had no clue how horrible that was and how expensive it was, right? We thought it was the best idea ever. So we had this developer that we brought on our team, and he started developing this software that we called the Post Place.
Yep.
And it was an awesome system. And we rolled it out to our customer base, and a lot of them started using it, and we got really good feedback of how great it was working. And we're like, okay, this is the product that we need to market to the world.
Yeah.
Right? And we're pretty good salespeople. We had Ron, who's like the best salesman I've ever met.
Yeah.
And we're like, we can sell this like all day long to our customers.
Right.
But what we didn't realize was selling it to people who didn't know us and didn't trust us was going to be a little more difficult.
Correct.
So we put together this whole Google ads campaign, this Facebook ads campaign, and we started spending all this money everywhere, and we were marketing it, and we even made this amazing video.
Yep.
I say amazing, but it wasn't that amazing because it didn't work. But we did this whole video production where we went through. Yeah, it was an explainer video that explained exactly how the system worked and what it was going to do and how many links it was going to build and where it was going to post content. Oh, yeah. All the facts.
All the boring facts.
Yeah, all the facts. We included every single fact in there.
Yep.
And then we started just spending tens of thousands of dollars driving Google ads and Facebook ads to get people to take a look at this amazing product.
Yep.
And we sold nothing.
We started hemorrhaging is what we started doing.
Yeah.
We were hemorrhaging.
Exactly. We were losing money like crazy. And we're like, what is going on? Like, this is the best product ever.
And we knew the product worked.
Yeah.
We knew it was amazing and would change businesses. We knew it would change lives.
Yeah. But we were going and we literally got to the point. I want you guys to think about 2009, right? This is after the crash and all that kind of stuff. So money was, tight, but we got to the point where we're like, okay, we either got to stop marketing, and try to figure something else out. But now we've invested so much money into this product, and the marketing and everything.
It's gonna sink us.
It's gonna sink us. So it got to the point where it's like, okay, do we pay ourselves? Do we pay the employees?
Right.
So we chose to not take paychecks for ourselves and to continue to pay the employees so that their families were secure.
Yep.
So we were making no money. And we're like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Like, how are we going to turn this around? And we kind of came up with this idea of, well, we know this works, and we have all these customers that use it, that say it work and have these great experiences. So why don't we just go talk to them and let's just kind of get their feedback? And we actually literally recorded videos with them, right? And we asked them to share their story of what their life and their business was like before the product and what it was like after the product.
And let me tell you something, because this is going to play into later. These were crappy videos. Like, the stories in the videos were amazing, but the video quality was, I think, Zoom wasn't even a thing yet, right?
No.
It was Skype. We were utilizing Skype to record these videos. In fact, I remember we had to buy a plugin to be able to record the Skype call. And I mean, it was so bad. It was like those old channels that, like had the wavy lines and everything because you didn't pay for the channel. Some of them were like, you couldn't even really see the person very well.
Yeah,
or maybe it was one of those blurred, it looked like a blurred face. They were crappy videos. And so this will come into play later. But
yeah. In fact, I remember at one point there was like Laredo, it was his video, and like one of his employees walked in behind him and looks at the camera and is like, and freezes, and then like slowly walks around.
And sometimes the videos would freeze.
Yeah.
And it would be like, and
yeah. So these weren't great videos.
Crap
but
videos.
The point was the story, right?
Correct.
And so we got these videos, these stories, and we'll just like start with Laredo. Laredo was one of them. And Laredo just started to share his story about how, he and his wife, he'd owned this business for 10 years, and the most money they've ever made in 10 years was $140,000.
Right.
Billing, like for the gross revenue for the company.
Right.
And he's like, I've been doing this for 10 years. I work nonstop, and I've never been able to crack $140,000. He's like, and then I got your product and I started using it. And, next thing you know, I cracked like $250,000, and then I did $400,000, and then I did $700,000, and now I'm on track to do over $1 million, right? And we're like, what? And then he shares this story about how, he calls my dad up on the phone, and he's like, hey, Ron, this is Laredo. And my dad's like, oh, cool. Hey, Laredo, what are you up to? And he's like, I'm on vacation. And my dad's like, Laredo, why are you calling me while you're on vacation? Yeah. And he's like, no, Ron, you don't understand. I haven't been able to go on vacation with my wife for 10 years.
Yeah, he's like emotional about it, right?
Yeah, he's like, oh, yeah, crying. He goes, you've changed my life,
That's awesome.
And it was like so cool and it was so powerful. And we're like, oh my gosh, like we're wasting so much time telling the facts of our product when really what we need to be doing is telling the story.
Well, and you want to know what's funny is, and I was pissed. And I'll be honest, I was mad because I was like, dude, here we are changing lives and changing businesses, right? And we are hemorrhaging. We are hurting. We are like about to lose it all.
Right. We
had bet the farm on this product. And yes, it worked. Like, yes, we had these clients that worked, but we had spent so much money marketing it that totally failed and bombed on us, that we were in trouble. And so I'm going, no way, dude. Like, this is here. We got all these amazing stories. And that was just one story. And there's more stories and stuff. But like, and I was just like, dude, we're going to lose this.
Yeah.
And these guys are all making a ton of money.
Yeah. So we went back to the drawing board. Like I said, we got about 3 or 4 different stories.
Yeah.
And recorded them with the people. And then we went back to the drawing board and we said, okay, we've got to just change everything. And this is our like last ditch effort. Like
last ditch effort.
We got
so
one
desperate.
more marketing push.
So
and
desperate.
if it doesn't work, we're toast.
It's like 30 grand in the bank and we're going to just put it all on it.
Exactly. And so we completely changed the video, where the majority of this marketing video that we created was now focused on the story of Laredo and the story of Eugenia Bring and her company, and the story of Foresight Chiropractic and their experience. And so totally different video. And we launched it and we started putting that money into it, and we're like, please work.
Yeah.
Please work. And next thing you know, boom, people filling out the form. I want more information. I want more information. I want more information. And Ron is just on the phone.
Because if we can get the leads, Ron can sell them.
Yeah. And so he's just doing demos at 3 a.m. He didn't care. As soon as it came in, boom, he was reaching out to him, and he is closing sale after sale after sale. And the amazing thing is, no one was like, when they were talking to him, none of them were like, oh my gosh, I love the technology and how it does this and this, and I love the link building and I love this. And not a single person said that.
Right.
What every single person said was, I want to be Laredo. I want to be Eugenia, right? I want to be, Foresight Chiropractic. That's all they said is, I want to be the next this. All they cared about was the story, right? The story gave them the emotion that they needed, and they would do anything that they needed to do in order to become that story, right? And to live that story. And that was it. And it within, oh my gosh, like 6 months, completely turned the company around. We're doing, hundreds of thousands of dollars in recurring revenue.
Yes.
And it completely saved our business.
Absolutely.
And the funny thing is, the product didn't change at all.
No.
All that changed was that instead of trying to sell on the facts, we just sold the story.
That's right.
And that was it. So anything else you want to add on that
No,
story?
I don't want to
Trevor?
give away too much because we're gonna help you guys out in the next couple of weeks. Make this awesome for you. We want to do the same thing for you that we did for ourselves, and I can tell you, it was a little scary, but it changed everything for us. And then now look today. I mean, the funny thing is about the post place, I didn't even believe in it, to be honest with you. Well, I didn't understand it, honestly. Like I was so focused on this other part of the business and just like wanting to crank there. And these guys were talking about it and they were like, what do you think? And I said, I don't know, just do it. But like, I don't know if it's going to work or not. I have no idea. Best thing ever that we did because it really launched what we're doing today and what we've been able to do. So, all right, let's jump into the homework. This week, spend time figuring out your company story and at least 2 customer stories that you can share. Because over the next few weeks, we're going to teach you how to implement those stories in your website, in your social media, in your emails, and online offerings, in your marketing, in your online and offline marketing.
Yeah.
So it's going to change everything for you. I promise if you do this, you're going to love it. You're going to get the results and it's going to change everything. 2023 is going to be amazing for you guys. All right, everybody. That's it. For this week. We'll see you guys. I know I'm leaving you on a cliffhanger.
Well, real quick though, just you got to do the homework.
That's true.
Because next week we're going to focus on, like Trevor said, we're going to be talking about how to put it in all these different forms of marketing.
Yep.
So each episode is going to be focused on that item and how to do it that
way. You have to have the homework done this week so that next week you can start implementing.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Well, we love you. We appreciate you. We're excited for you. What a great 2022. It's going to be an amazing 2023. And we will catch you guys on the next episode of So Tell Us Time.